Hello and welcome to Larkin Design, my video blog and my written blog on Blogger. And today is a video featuring week 34 of my project life. And so what I wanted to do was show you a couple of techniques in the video. There are two techniques that I wanted to show you. And so I'll be back to talk about those, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first technique that I wanted to show you was using the Dear Lizzy stamps from the documentary collection, and I wanted to use these paint pens. And so I have to tell you that I just got these at Walmart. They're not very expensive and they're not incredibly fancy, but there's a ton of colors and they're really easy to use. So I thought I would just use those on this little flower stamp because I didn't want all the flowers to be one color. And so these paint pens, they just color on that stamp really easily. This journaling card seemed pretty boring and bland to me, so I thought I would just dress it up. So I painted the little flowers and the little leaves, just easy peasy, simple, and stamp those on there. And then, of course, the flowers don't look very detailed. So I went ahead and, after that ink dried, I went ahead and took my Sharpie and kind of added a few little lines and details to kind of bring out those flowers and the leaves and help them to pop a little more. So that was that, and then I used the dotted lines from that stamp set. I'm just going to paint those with turquoise and stamp them on there, and then I have my lines for my journaling. So that was the first technique in this video, using those paint pens. Alright, so what I'm getting ready to show you here is some chipboard letters. They're just some that I had in my stash, and I want to use this this paint, this Crackle Effect paint that I got from AC Moore, and it's just a simple acrylic water-based paint that lets you layer over it, and I'm going to use a crackle medium to get a crackle effect on these letters. And so I'm just painting a dark blue sort of undercoat. And so this is not the actual color that they will be. They will turn out to be white, but this color will show through once you do the crackle. And so I'm just coating these with this blue, and you can sort of see what I did was I split these chipboard letters apart because there's several layers, and so they're thinner, so they don't create as much bulk, and then you get twice the amount of letters. But you do get one letter that is glossy, has a glossy coating, and one that has the rough chipboard coating. And so you can kind of see a little bit how those two surfaces take that paint differently, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. By the time we cover it with the crackle finish and then the top coat of paint, you won't really be able to tell. And forgive me because I don't remember where these chipboard letters came from. They probably were Scenic Route or something like that. That's how old they are. But they were just in my stash and laying around, and I thought, well, I'll just use these. And what these are these are the initials of my children. So I'm going to dry that real quick. That's probably 2.5 coats of that blue on each letter. And then I'm just sort of making sure that it's fully covered on the edges and on the inside and everything like that. So I'll get those covered. And I'm not really paying attention to any brush strokes or anything like that. This is just to get the paint on there, and I probably took longer with that than I needed to, but that's okay. I dried that, and now they're ready for the crackle medium. And this crackle medium, it tells you on the jar not to overstroke it, to just put it on there and let it be. And so I'm going to do that. It's a really thick, kind of like honey consistency kind of paint. And I'm just going to put it on there thick and let it be. So you can see I'm putting that on there. And it's really glossy. So you can see where you're putting it. And I left some bubbles on there. It will put some bubbles on those letters. And I left those on there. Just so that the crackle will come through and that distress finish will come through. I really like this medium. It went on really easily, and now I'm just going to dry that, and now it's ready for the white. And the white is the same thing. It says to use it, you could use the blue as the top coat as well, but it says again when you're putting this over the crackle medium not to overstroke it, just to put it on and let it be and let it do its crackle thing. So this white is pretty thick. I was just stirring it a little bit, and now I'm just putting it on there. I am making sure that it's covered, but not working it too much. Okay, and I'm just about done painting these. Just a couple of spots that I wanted to make sure were covered. And then that's pretty much it. I'm just looking over to make sure, and then I'm going to go ahead and dry it. And at this point, you can already see the crackle start to take effect. And once they're dried, there you go. that's what they look like. So you can see that blue showing through, and I really like that. All right, and so now I think we'll create the tags using those letters, and I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial on using those crackle paints.